want to welcome you back to Pistons Talk Podcast. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. We have a first-time special guest, Bradeaux. If you guys have probably seen him, whether it's on Twitter, I know I've seen it on my timeline. One of the biggest Houston Rockets content creators, podcasters out there. Man, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Had to come on Pistons Talk. I see your stuff all the time on my timeline. So when you hit me up, I was like, oh, yeah, let's go talk some basketball. And I know we have a matchup coming up on Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
I know I went into one of the spaces a couple of I think it was immediately after the OKC game and just
Hmm.
listening to Rockets fans kind of crash out. And I probably would have crashed out too with that. The opening night game with OKC was crazy,
Yeah.
double overtime. But man, what a way to start off the NBA season.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest first game of the season I've ever seen. And of course, it was my team. Very stressful. Good to have Kevin there. They got to work out some things. But, I mean, you're playing OKC game one. You lose by one. You can't really be too upset. So I'm excited for this year, though. A lot of the guys look solid.
Yeah, I mean, that NBC broadcast was great. Probably the funniest thing is they have no champions. And then you got Chet Holmgren saying, what was it like to win a championship? I was actually laughing. I was like, out of all the guys to ask him, you're asking, Melo, Trace McGrady, and
Right.
Vince Carter. I was kind of cracking up at that. But
That is crazy.
uh, I mean, it's just you can't plan stuff like that sometimes. I did
Yeah.
want to kind of recap your guys' offseason because I felt like you guys had a very, very strong offseason. Trading for Kevin Durant, I mean, what were your thought process just with going all in for KD?
So the first thing I tweeted after Game 7 was the guy to get is right here, and it was a highlight tape of KD. So I was happy with the trade. I didn't know who it was going to be, but Jalen Green, I was obviously a huge fan of his entire time in Houston, but just the way that ended, 6 games at like 11 or lower. Had that 137-point game. That was nice. But I mean, 6 games again, 11 points or lower. It's tough. I think he can turn out really well, but I don't mind the KD move, especially because he's the only young core guy that got moved. Houston still has 5 really solid young guys, so they're good for the future. And now you add in Kevin Durant. All they were missing was a half court scorer, and now you have that with KD. So I love the move personally. It sucked losing Dylan Brooks. Suns fans are gonna love him, but yeah, they only lost with the 2025 Suns pick, which is gonna be it was Mulliwatch. I think he's gonna be good too. But yeah, it was a good move. I would have did the exact same thing.
I went down the rabbit hole because I was like, I know the KD trade was really big. And I went on Basketball Reference and it's like 7-team trade. And I read everything that went out. I was like, good Lord, man, that thing dragged out all the way to the NBA draft to the start of this season. Like, that was a huge trade for you guys.
Yeah, it ended up being the biggest trade in league history, right? They kept
Yeah.
expanding it. I forgot about that. It looked a lot more crazy than it initially looked, but yeah, it was wild. It was crazy off season, especially of course you move for a top 15, top 10 player of all time. It's gonna be a bunch of hype around the season. So it was cool. I like the moves they made outside of that, bringing in Dorian Finney-Smith. I
Yeah.
liked the depth pickup with Clint Capella. Josh Okogie's a good depth piece too. He had some burn in that first game. So yeah, it's a good group of vets mixed with young guys ready to take that next step. So it's gonna be an exciting season.
Man, it's funny. I swear you got my prep sheet because those are the other two guys I was going to ask you about. Like, I got Clint Capella coming back, Dorian
Yeah.
Finney-Smith, which I kind of laughed because, low key, I don't know if you ever had interactions with Lakers fans, but they always think that they're always bringing people back. And when I saw Dorian Finney-Smith go to decline his option and go to Houston, I was like, oh yeah, he didn't want to be in LA. He wanted to go
No.
somewhere where he could compete. Like, to me, I love the Dorian Finney-Smith pickup. Really good defender once he does come back. Josh Okogie, I don't think people talk about him enough. He's such an
Mhm.
underrated player. Former lottery pick, really good defender. Had a huge block on Chet in that fourth quarter. Him and I believe it was
Jabari.
Jabari. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a double block. Like, I've
It
never seen a
was.
block
Yeah.
like that in my life. It was wild,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. No, I love both of those pickups. And Okogie's around like 6'4", 6'5", but 7 foot wingspan. That's what Ime Udoka wants. He wants those lengthy defenders. Same with Dorian Finney-Smith, 6'7", 7 foot wingspan. And I looked when I was looking into the DFS signing. DFS had one of the best on-offs in the entire NBA when he was on the Nets and when he was on the Lakers. Like if you look at them separate, they were both like top tier on-offs. That's how impactful he was for those teams. So to pick him up on MLE money for 4 years was huge. And he mentioned in the media that he was like, I just love playing with guys who love defense, and the Rockets built a team that has a bunch of guys like that. And the head coach is the same way. So I love both of those two pickups that we just talked about because they embody what Ime Udoka loves, which is defense.
Yeah, I really felt like Detroit and Houston, I feel like kind of mirror each other in terms of like our rebuild, but I really felt like
Mm-hmm.
you guys had a little bit more to work with. We had Andre Drummond and we got John Henson like out of it, but hey, I'm not comparing the two. I've
I hear
always
you.
felt Houston has had a really good front office. You guys have always been competitive, a lot of good structure down there, but like kind of like looking at the young cores, like what to make out of Reed Shepherd because I see some people on the timeline talk reckless. I happened to catch a game watching him in Vegas against the Detroit Pistons. He did struggle a little bit there against one of our two ways, Don Shankins. Like I kind of felt bad for Reed because I could hear the trash
Yeah.
talk that was like kind of sad. I was like, man. But like the young core, because I think a lot of people you mentioned you have like 5 young guys on the roster. Like what about Houston's young core could like really coexist with the vets that you guys signed, you think?
So for one, I just think they all fit so well together. You have literally every position in that young core. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. They can roll that starting lineup out there, and they would be solid. They just work really well together. They're all lengthy defenders out, with the exception of Reed Shepherd, who fixes. Oh, the hope is he fixes Houston's main issue, which is shooting the basketball. They've been a bad
Mhm.
shooting team in this rebuild, and he was at Kentucky hitting like 52%, and we haven't seen it
Yeah.
translate just yet. But hopefully it does. But yeah, they mix so well with the vets in the sense that they again embody the defense. Şengün not at first, but when Ime came in, he was like, "You're not playing for my team if you're not going to be locking up." And now he's a sneaky. I'm not going to say he's an elite defender. I'm not biased now, but if you watch him, he's like, okay, he's serviceable to the point where okay, he can hold his own. And that's the same with Jabari, Tari, and the rest of those guys. So I like how they fit with the rest of the vets. Yeah, Reed again. He's working on it. This offseason he focused on defense, and we'll see what happens. SGA, they were hunting him in that first game, so
Oh yeah.
good luck to my guy Reed there. But I know he's working at it, so hopefully he improves on that end. Yeah,
As a Piston fan, I will have my eye locked on Tari Eason because we do not have a backup power forward. Tobias
yeah,
Harris gets injured. I don't know what we do
yeah.
personally, but I was kind of shocked that he didn't get an extension. But reading into it more, sounded like it was pretty incentive based on like how many games he plays.
I agree. Yeah, you saw the $100 million news too. I believe it was
Yeah.
contract incentive related, maybe like played games because he's been missing games, not playing back to backs. No details on that yet, but I'm on the same page with you. Probably some incentives that pushed him away.
Yeah. I don't know if it was as bad as Zion Williams' contract where you don't weigh 300 pounds and we'll pay you basically. I was like, man,
Right.
that's the most wild contract I've ever read in my life. I was just like,
He
man.
accepted it. He accepted it.
Everyone's like, "Oh, he lost all this weight." It's like, yeah, he wanted to get paid, you guys.
Yeah,
Why did
that's
that make
exactly what it was.
why
Yeah.
did that make money? But I kind of wanted to get into the rivalry with Pistons fans and Rockets fans. Obviously, you had Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. I always felt like all those games should have been on ESPN every time because Jalen Green got some poster dunks. Cade won a couple of games.
Mhm.
I got brothers into the mix. You got the Thompson twins. What do you kind of make of just like this fan rivalry between Pistons fans and Rockets fans?
It definitely started with Jalen and Cade because, Rockets fans were all standing Jalen. Obviously, y'all are standing Cade, same draft. And they were beefing. I don't know if they were beefing, but they had that one moment at that Team USA camp where Cade like flicked Jalen, I think like a bow, like on the lip or
Yeah.
something. And Jalen was like, bro, what? And then Jalen came in with the poster and was yelling at the tech. And then I think fans were just chirping. So it was a good little rivalry with two bottom of the barrel teams just finding something to chirp at. It was nothing really. But it's cool to see the Twins on separate teams now. I mean, respective teams, and that's gonna be a rivalry for a long time. So that's always gonna be a fun matchup. But I don't really look at it as a rivalry. I actually love the Pistons. Well, I guess you could love a team and still have a rivalry. I just don't see it as a rivalry. I just look at two fun teams. You got brothers on the other side. It's gonna be a good matchup for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Like I never felt like it was a rivalry like between the
Mhm.
teams. I felt like it was more of a rivalry between the fan bases.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Because like the fan bases, like full transparency, like Jalen Green like tells people, yeah, I had Detroit scrambling. They wanted to take me first overall. Like the Pistons didn't even know who they wanted to take first overall. Like there were talks
Yeah.
about Evan Mobley, there was talk about K, Jalen Green. Like that draft class, it was just really stacked at the top, in my opinion. But the Thompson twin thing, I think there is like legitimate like rivalry there. They both want to destroy each other. Like
Yeah.
I already know like when they're going to do the pregame tomorrow. Sar's going to talk reckless. He always does when it comes to
Yeah.
his brother. I can't wait for it because I know it's just going to be just must see TV. Because I think the last time we guys played you, we did get a win. The lights went out from what I remember in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it was an MLK game. Yeah, one of
Yeah.
those games. Yeah, it was ugly. Y'all had a nice win. It was ugly for us. Not a good day for Rockets fans, but y'all look good in that game. So it'll be a good
Yeah.
matchup. I mean, y'all are much better. Last year I saw the leak coming out. Some of my boys like, hey, that game y'all are just counted as a win. I wouldn't do that, and Pistons got the win. So it'll be a good matchup. I didn't get a chance to watch y'all's first game, but I mean, again, it's not like you don't want to get into that. So
Yeah, I feel like both teams are going to come in really aggressive, really hungry because they both
yeah,
lost. Uh,
yeah.
at least you guys could say we were competitive and we had a lead against Houston. We were down 23 to the Bulls, and it was just we couldn't do anything in transition. Matas
Mhm.
Pizelis looked like he was like the white Michael Jordan out there,
I
man. He
saw
was
that
dunk.
one poster on the cut. That was it.
Oh,
That's all I saw.
dude, he had multiple posters. I was like,
Oh wow.
man, it's just it was crazy. We did fight back into it. You know, Isaiah
Yeah.
Stewart probably had his best game as a Piston, as he's not really known for scoring, but I mean, he did pretty well. But what are you kind of expecting with this game with on Houston's side in terms of like how they want to attack Detroit?
So they're going with that jumbo lineup, double big. So they're gonna just
Mhm.
try to dominate on the rebounding battle. That's how they've been winning games. It's ugly offense. They don't really have a point guard with Fred VanVleet being out for the year. So their offense is technically the second chance shots. They get over 50% of their offensive rebound, all offensive misses in that lineup when they go with Steven Adams and Alperen Şengün. So it's just literally a grit and grind. You lock up on defense, you get on the other side, hopefully you get in transition. If not, if it's not Şengün, it's going to be trying to get KD a shot in the in between game. But it's literally just muscling people and trying to get the board, second chance points. I think that's what they're going to focus on.
It wouldn't surprise me if we matched your double bigs, because I saw that lineup and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that is a huge lineup. You might have to play Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren next to each other because I don't know how you compete with the way you guys just crash the glass offensively. It's a very
Yeah,
tall lineup.
it
And then
is.
you have to deal with Kevin Durant, which I know Cade and him kind of have a very long history dating back to when he was in high school. KD is still a little salty that Cade went to Oklahoma State, not Texas. Still lets him know to this day.
Oh, I
But
didn't
I
know
mean,
about that.
yeah. There's more rivalry there between like
Mm.
Cade Cunningham and Kevin Durant, and there's a lot of actual Pistons that are from Texas. I mean, you got Marcus Sasser, Ron Holland, Cade, Donis Jenkins. So we got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of Texas boys up here in Detroit.
Yeah, that's a good point. I love my boy Marcus Sasser, a Houston guy. So yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all do have a bunch
yeah,
of Texas guys. Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, maybe he's good to go. I mean, he's actually out injured with a hip injury right now, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I want you to give me the one Houston Rockets hot take you have going into this season.
My hot take was they were going to win 60 games, but I didn't even think it
Okay.
was a hot take. That was before the Fred injury. I mean,
Mhm.
they won 52 last year with Jalen Green being inconsistent, getting benched at the end of games, and you replace that with, as I mentioned, KD, who fixes their main issue, which was half court scoring. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're winning 60. Like no brainer to me. But with the Fred injury, it's not as like okay, they're winning 60. But if they stay healthy enough, I still think they can mess around and get like 60. Realistically, maybe 57. They're still a much better team than last year when they won 52 games. You bring in so many vets. And they finally, again, since they've been running double big, they went 12-4 last year when they started going with that lineup. They're going to be doing that for the entire season. So just the depth they have, again, adding in those defensive pieces, and you fix your main issue again, which is half court scoring. That's my hot take. They're going to still be like a second seed, fringe 60 wins. That's what I would say.
I got two hot takes just from an outsider perspective. I
Let's
think
hear it.
Amen Thompson's going to make the All-Star team this year. I just think with him having the ball in his hands, just distributing out there, I think it's going to be a really big year for him. And I have you guys coming out of the West. I think you guys will.
Really?
I think you guys will be in the NBA Finals.
I'm clipping this. I'm putting this on my page. I'm putting this on my page.
I really think that. I think the addition of Kevin Durant is really going to put you guys over the top if you guys can stay healthy. who knows what you guys do with the trading deadline? Maybe you can get kind of a low end point guard. I really thought Spencer Dinwiddie might have been an option, but I just saw today he's going overseas. So who
Yeah,
knows how long that'll actually last? I don't know if they have crypto overseas, but we'll see. But if you guys get that joke, you guys get that joke.
I got
But
you.
definitely, I could definitely see Houston making it out of the West. I know OKC is going to be a very tough get, but I could see that going into a 7-game series. Denver's going to be a good team, but I don't know. I don't know about how much Nikola Jokic can keep doing what he's doing. I love their offseason, by the way, but I really feel strongly about Houston. I think you guys have a lot of good veterans, mix of young guys, and an impressive coach to really get you to the promised land.
That's a great take. Yeah, this is the best podcast I've been on. So that's what I have to say. They could. It depends on the point guard play. I mean, the Rockets are going to beat a ton of teams, but again, I say they can win 60, but in the playoffs is what makes a difference. And they're not going to be able to beat OKC if the point guards look like that. Reed can't be scared to make an entry pass and it's getting stolen. Like we gotta fix it. But it is game 182, and if he's not looking solid, they'll find a way to make a move after December 15th. But I would love if they can make it to the finals. So yeah, that's a good take. Hopefully, it's a good take.
Yeah, as long as you don't see Golden State in the first round, I think you guys will be good. I don't know what it is about Golden State and Houston, man. Like I just don't know what it is. It's the wildest thing. I was just like,
The worst thing. It's the worst thing ever.
oh, I can't even imagine, man. Like last year, I was like, yeah, they got Golden State. Golden State's old. There's no way they're losing to Golden State in the first round. I was like, man, what happened? What happened, man? That's crazy.
Yeah, again, that's why they had to go. They had to trade Jalen. It was like, bro, we just needed one more game. So yeah, but it goes way before Jalen Green. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They have our number. So yeah, it's tough.
It's I don't know. It's some witchcraft on Golden State side. I swear, man. Steph Curry, some of the shots he makes is just undeniably great. But
Trust me, yeah.
As a Piston fan, I think our kryptonite was probably the Spurs. For the longest time. When we went back to the finals, and
that 05 finals. Did you watch that? Were you able to watch that? Were you old enough for that?
Oh yeah, I was old enough for both of them. So
nice.
As a little kid, I was screaming. I saw my neighbor punch his TV, so that was cool. Before social media was a thing, man, it was oh wow, damn, he's that man.
But it's actually the first. I was gonna say that's the first finals I have memory of watching was that Spurs Pistons one. Yeah. So
just thinking about all the Texas teams, you guys are deep and all tall. Got Cooper Flag playing point guard. It's crazy down there.
Yeah, and you got the 7-7 guy in San Antonio. I don't know if you saw his game yesterday, but we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. I think the FBI needs to investigate why the Spurs keep getting top draft picks like they're doing it. Ain't no way you get the second overall pick last year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put up anything about the NBA after that news we saw today with Terry Rozier. Allegedly, they knew about the betting thing and they didn't do anything with him. So
then the whole Chauncey thing with the marking cards with X-ray vision and
insanity,
bro. The Malik Beasley thing that we've kind of been dealing with up here. Fans after the first game, can we sign him now? Well, we can't because he's still under investigation. But I mean, it's crazy, man. Fans, the first game of the season, I don't know if you saw it. They're already ready to crash out. They're already looking at ping pong balls over here. They're like, it's one game.
We started 0-3 2 years ago, and we ended up 500 somehow. I know y'all don't want to be 500, but I mean the first few games of the year doesn't mean anything. It'll be fun.
No, I mean we gotta play you guys, and we gotta play the Cavs, and then the Magic.
That's is that the schedule? The next 4?
Yeah, I think it's you guys. Then it's the Cavs, Magic. Then we have to go to Mexico City to go play the Mavericks for the Mexico City game. Our first 10 games are just crazy. I don't know what it is about the.
Yeah, we play y'all, Brooklyn, and Toronto next 3. So I was happy with that. But that schedule was crazy.
Schedule makers for the Western Conference are much nicer than the teams in the Eastern Conference, man.
Dang, yes, y'all. Yeah, go ahead.
Some people are like, "Yeah, we might start 0-6." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you hopefully you can beat Boston at home, but we'll see."
Yeah, yeah. Tough schedule for y'all. So I was gonna say y'all are definitely gonna come with intensity in this next one because that is a tough schedule. So it'll be a
Yeah,
good one.
I expect both teams to just come out really aggressive, and whoever's making shots, I think will win this one. I know that's very stupid to say, but I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think it might be a low scoring game with both teams personally.
Yeah, I mean, any game with the Rockets can be low scoring. I'm getting this is the way they play. They're not really trying to play as fast as possible, but they just play that big lineup. It's ugly basketball on the offensive end. It's better with KD, of course, but they're just trying to lock up at the end of the day. So if it's low scoring, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, not at all. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I did tell you I want to try to keep these like under 30 minutes, but I want to
Mhm.
give you the floor to plug and promote for people that maybe they are Houston Rockets fans, maybe they're interested in Amen Thompson or just any content that you are, plugging and doing over there on Twitter and with the podcast as well.
I appreciate that. For one, before I do that, thank you for having me on. It was really fun. I thought it was going to go 30. I guess I talked too quickly about my points. That was a quick podcast. I had a great time. It was really fun. So if you ever want to chop it up again, let me know. But my stuff is at Bradeaux NBA on Twitter, a little more active on Instagram now. We're going to work on the TikToks. I need to get active there. YouTube channel is the Bradeaux and Will Show. Shout out my boy Bice Houston. That's where you can find his stuff at. But yeah, we also do a live show, Rockets Collective. I doubt y'all gonna watch that, but I do that as well. So that's what I got for y'all.
I know one of my friends, Jeff. He hosts the Detroit Lions Collective over at Hog
Tough.
Media. So
Oh, that's tough.
shout to Tori and Hog Media and all those guys over there. So we'll put all your stuff in the description below for people that will be watching this later on tomorrow. That's when I'll probably broadcast it on our YouTube channel. But appreciate the time as always, man. It was a lot
Of
of fun.
course. Yeah. Thank you. Had a great time. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys for our post game show after the Rockets play. It'll probably be like at midnight, knowing me. But see you guys later. Take care. And as always, go Pistons. Peace.